This hangout is live. Okay, awesome. Welcome, Super Women Chance, all around. Hey, Marisol, glad you're there. Welcome, everybody. We're really excited tonight. It is the official countdown for our Super Women Bootcamp. 7 days. You know that creepy movie that I don't even know which one it is. I just remember that part. 7 days. It is 7 days away, and I had to bring some of these live. Okay, I'm listening to myself again. I did that. That's like the second time I did that. So this hangout is really designed for you to have a chance to get to know us in the flesh. We pride ourselves in being a little bit different than most groups out there or communities out there or mentoring programs out there, is the fact that it really truly, like Marisol said today in the teleseminar, it is a family. And we want to know that we want you to know that you are welcome, that you feel safe, that you feel comfortable, and that you can trust the people that are going to be sharing some of these incredible ninja marketing tips and business tips and really give you that upper hand when it comes to branding yourself like an expert online. So I want to introduce you to these ladies. I want you to know their faces. I want you to hear their stories and really hear about some of the deeper things. I mean, we're going to get to the technical stuff. We talked a little bit today on the teleseminar about all of the incredible knowledge that you're going to gain from being part of this this very intensive 4-week workshop, this boot camp. Now, like Sheena said, boot camp is not easy, but it's worth it. That's where the results come, is when you're willing to put it all on the line. You know, you're willing to go hard or go home. And I think for a lot of you that are watching, this moment right now, this decision process is where you make that decision. You do a gut check and you say, hey, I am ready to break through. I am ready to work with these women who are so willing and so able to help me. So I want to introduce you to this phenomenal panel. Let me go over to let me pick the angel right there in the middle. Marisol, come on out here. I was telling the ladies, you know, we talked about what you're going to learn on the boot camp a little bit today on the call, but I really want our viewers to know us on the inside. So I want to do it a little bit differently. And, you know, the girls didn't know that I was going to do this, that I was going to flip it. I just told them, you know, have your topics ready, you know, have your lessons ready. But I want you to know them a little bit deeper and feel like you can honestly look to them for inspiration, not only in the knowledge department, but just in the personal power. I believe in surrounding myself with powerful people, people who fuel me, people who feed me goodness, rather than taking it away from me. And Marisol is one of those people. So Marisol, come on in and tell everybody out there a little bit about your story.
Hi, everybody. It's Marisol. I'm here in the Garden State of New Jersey. I'm excited to be here, but I'm even more excited that you are here with us, okay, because this boot camp is going to be absolutely amazing. You are here from the beginning, which says something about you. You know, talk about personal power. Whatever you were doing tonight, it's 10 o'clock Eastern, and you're here with us. So that tells us something in and of itself, you know. A little bit about my story. Over a decade ago, I was diagnosed with cancer. Inoperable terminal cancer that was supposed to kill me. I believed my doctors when they first said that, and it was when my doctor said that I had to start preparing my children to live without their mother that everything turned around for me, because it was no longer about me. Suddenly it was about my children, and I refused to believe what they were telling me. It was like everything changed. And you know, I think about that now, and isn't that weird that we won't do for ourselves, we won't even think about ourselves, but the moment you put our kids in the equation, everything is different. I mean, Layla, when we talked about this a year ago, you didn't really understand the full impact like you do right now with baby B. I think you really understand now as a mom what I went through. You know what I mean? It makes a huge difference. And so you know, I believed the doctors were, you know, that's what we do. You know, we believe that they are the people who know, and so I really started to fall into that abyss until I realized that my children would have to live without me. And that's when I knew that I was going to fight with every single thing in me. I didn't care if it was inoperable and there was nothing they could do for me. I was going to find out what someone else could do for me, what God could do for me. God was the last, you know, voice, the ultimate voice, the ultimate authority. And my journey just, I mean, I could go on and on and on, but I was in the middle of these Andes Mountains with a shaman and my priest, a Catholic priest at that, which is an oxymoron to begin with. You know, I've been to a Lakota tribe and I've worked with the Lakotas in sweat lodges in California. I've been to the Tijuana clinic in the Gerson clinic in Tijuana, Mexico. I mean, I literally, we ran out of money, ran out of savings, ran out of everything. That's when I turned to the internet, and thank God, that's when I connected with Layla. And, you know, I started to rebuild my finances the same way that I rebuilt my health. I've been in and out of remission for over that time, but I'm still standing by the grace of God. And, you know, they told me I wasn't going to be, that there was nothing they could do for me. And even now I'm going through some challenges. I just recently had a biopsy, and it's not easy. It's not an easy thing, but, you know, it's really what you think. It's no matter what your circumstance is, maybe you can't control it, but you can always control how you react. You can always control how you think. You can always control how you feel. You know, and even when there's times where I feel sad, I feel depressed, I feel frustrated, I feel like, well, wait a minute, you just put a camera in me, you just took a biopsy, why am I going for another 3D ultrasound? Why are you sending me for another test? Why am I here again? I mean, it can get really, really frustrating, but you know what? I surround myself with super women, and I come out to Facebook and I might post something on my wall just to talk about my frustration, and the love and support and the amazing just comments and feedback and things that I get back from all of these incredible ladies, and even more ladies that are not on this panel, but the ones that are watching, the ones that are out there couldn't be with us today. I mean, it is an amazing thing to be part of a community that no matter what you're feeling or where you are, someone else can just chime in and just help you flip that thing all around. It's just, this group is a blessing, and you know, this boot camp is going to be amazing because we are going to show you some incredible things. I can't wait for Alicia's part because I'm really stoked about that. I mean, for everybody, I'm really excited. With the call today and listening to what everybody's going to be doing, just blew me away.
I know. When you think about the tips and the tricks, and honestly, we've packaged it in a way that it is seriously, I keep saying it, a cookie cutter blueprint for you to plug your business into. Whatever your brand is, whatever your essence online you want it to be, you need to know how to package it, how to market it, and how to, you know, gain the traction on the internet. So this is going to help you no matter what you're doing. And like you said, we're all really excited for this to get started. And you know, your story is so inspiring because it's never been an easy road, and you know, there's always been obstacles along the way, and even now, you know, dealing with these new challenges that are you're faced with. It's just amazing for me to see this community that we've created together. You know, these women that rise up around you and lift you up. And I am telling you, this stuff, you can't fake it. It's real. It comes from the heart. It is true friendship and relationships to the max. And we are opening our arms. We want to welcome you into that love and that sisterhood that you need in your life. And you know, I'm super stoked for Marisol to come out and teach us what she knows, some awesome knowledge. Now, ladies, let me go over to a woman that I know has had an interesting story, and you know, had her share of ups and downs as well. And you know, I really want you to pull it back around to this boot camp, because I know there's women that are listening right now that are wondering, you know, should I do it? Should I join? Should I be part of the boot camp? Should I, you know, spend my weed whacker money and get started so that I can participate in this boot camp? Should I do it? So Explain to me, Sue. Well, first of all, Sue, tell us a little bit about where you were when we first met.
Oh, okay, awesome. Thank you, Layla. My name is Sue Susie, and I am in BC, Canada, so on the other side of Canada from Layla. And yeah, for me, it was such a pivotal moment in my life when the first Super Women Bootcamp happened, because I was just going through this crazy, crazy time. So this all came down about 3 years ago. My husband and I and our three kids were evicted from our home. We had been doing an internet business, actually, and had some really great success with it. Did very well kind of right out of the gate. We were green and had no idea what we were doing, but we pulled this thing off. We did really well for a while, and then we just didn't do so well for a while, and everything basically came crashing down. It's a pretty common entrepreneurial adventure story, I guess. It's a kind of a story that we hear a lot of, and I tell you, going through something like that sure makes you appreciate the up part of the roller coaster ride of being an entrepreneur. So basically, we lost everything. We didn't have a penny to our name. We couldn't pay our rent. We got evicted. We had to move about 5 hours away from the only home my kids had known, and that's actually where we are now. And we moved in with my stepmom into her basement. So yes, the classic lose everything, move into your mom's basement story that you never really want to talk about, especially when it's happening. And that's kind of where I was at. I was, struggling to feed my kids, quite honestly. There was 5 of us living in 2 bedrooms and 1 bathroom, and it really was, do we get gas for the car or do we get groceries today? That was kind of the daily decision. And I was just at a point in my life where I knew that I needed help to get to where I wanted to go. And I don't necessarily mean I needed counseling, although that can never hurt, but I knew that the internet was for me. I knew the potential of building a business online. I had done it, so I knew it was doable. I knew I was capable of it, but I just had reached a point where I'd kind of been working alone for too long, and I needed help. And I'd been checking out, I've been checking out Layla for a while, and I heard about this hangout that was on, and it was a bunch of women talking about this boot camp coming up. It was pretty much this, I guess probably, was it 2 years ago now, or a year and a half?
Yeah, I think it was like a year and a half ago, but
yeah.
Number one, yeah.
Exactly. So we'd been in the basement for a year. I was still just struggling to figure things out and get stuff going, and like I said, I needed something, and I watched this hangout, and I saw all these women, and they just seemed so powerful, not in a raw, like tough kind of way, but just, they all had such huge hearts, and they were able to share that with each other and to work together. And I was in an industry before that, in radio, that was completely dominated by men, and that's all I knew was how to work with men and for men. And I saw something that night, and I thought, I want to be one of these women. And this was actually before the Super Women launched, I believe. So it was just, this group of women that were all together talking about building their businesses. And I just thought, wow, this is what I've been looking for. And I just so believe in, the universe lining stuff up. So it was what I was looking for. And I know that it landed in my lap that day. And, and then I found out what was needed to be a part of the boot camp. And it was a very significant financial investment that I did not have. But I decided that I was going to figure out a way to make it happen. And, I won't get into all the details about that, but I did make it happen only because I knew I needed it. I knew I needed this community. I knew that I wanted to be a part of it. I mean, it's crazy because I remember watching that day thinking, oh, I'd love to be on a hangout one day. And, I was on a hangout with them a few weeks later, and now I'm one of the trainers for the boot camp. It just, you gotta figure out what it is that you want and go after it. And that's what I did that day. I saw these women, and I thought, I need to be a part. This is what I need. This is what I've been missing. And I got into that boot camp. It was crazy. I was like past the deadline, I think, but I managed to get myself in there because I knew I had to. And what I learned amazing, amazing what you learn. You know, everybody will say that. Yes, the strategies, the tips, the, you know, the how-to is awesome. But the power of doing this together as a group of women from all over the world, learning together, getting assignments and working on them and working with partners, and the personal growth that's involved in that is out of this world. It's not it, and doing it live is the only way you get the impact. You know, sure, you can watch the recordings after, and again, you get the great training, you get the great information, but to be on these hangouts where everybody's posting on Facebook as they're happening and they're sharing feedback with each other, it's just, there's nothing like it. There's nothing I've seen like it before. I knew I needed a piece of it as soon as I saw it, and I've been, you know, I just, I
You've
think
been
the
running
people
ever
live it
since.
every day.
Like,
Yeah, it just,
like
it gave me what I needed. It gave me the boost I needed when I needed it. So it was, yeah.
definitely. Yeah, I mean, I see that that was really your launching pad, was that Super Women Bootcamp, because like Sue said, the first two boot camps you had to be all in, so that was over $5,000 at the time, and you know it wasn't easy for a lot of women, and I know that that decision, making that happen, putting your eye on that focused target, what you want to achieve, and then making the world, the universe come together to create that for you. You know, it was huge, and you totally took advantage of the opportunity, because so many times it's in front of us and we don't seize it, we don't capture that moment, and you just said, you know what, this is my point, here I go, I am ready to, you know, lift off. And that's exactly what we want to see happen in your business and in your life, and you know, in your own self-love, in your own power. You know, when I look at this panel, I see a lot of powerful women too, and it's funny that you talk about that first hangout, because I think a lot of the women that are on here were watching that as well, and then now to see you transgress into this incredible trainer. I mean, the knowledge that you guys are going to get, I am saying hands down, is some of the best technical knowledge that we've ever shared on a boot camp ever. And then partner that with the anchoring techniques and the hypnosis and the inner power that we're going to summon from within you. It's just, you know, there's going to be no stopping you. And I can't stress enough how important it is for you ladies to get involved with the boot camp. So let me keep going down the line, over to Sheena. Now, Sheena, Bobina, she has been on a pretty awesome transformational journey, you know, mind, body, and soul. And, you know, you see her before and after pictures, she is looking hot, fly girl. Like, seriously, the selfies just keep getting better and better and better. So you, of all people, know the power of a boot camp, right?
Yes, for sure, Layla. Thanks for the introduction. I always love my little my music, my little song. But yeah, a year ago, I just remember watching actually a boot camp, no, or actually just yeah, like a hangout, you know. And I've always wondered, you know, how can I get into this group, because I knew I needed it in my life. Because a little bit a year ago, you know, I was going through a dark place. You know, I just broke up with a boyfriend, and you know, I thought it was just like the lowest point of my life, and you know, I just needed something to pick me up again. And I knew, looking at these women, I just said, you know, I just needed to get in. I just needed to find some way to just slip right in there and be a part of the group. So I remember Layla was actually doing this hangout when she was in Las Vegas, and she just asked somebody, or asked a question on Facebook to see who wanted to be in it. You know, and I said, I'll go in. You know, I didn't even know what I was going into, to be honest, but I did it. And you know, she was asking me all these questions, and I was just, you know, I was shocked, and I was like, well, this is actually my first time.
I remember that hangout.
Even though I had no clue what I was doing on a hangout, and you know, they they got me started. Sorry, but yeah, they got me started. They helped me out. All the women were amazing. You know, they just, even though I was there clueless, not knowing what to do, they all welcomed me with open arms, and I love that. That was one of the reasons why I joined the Super Women boot camp. And when I heard they had that, I said I just had to get in. You know, I already found whatever way I could to get in, be in the boot camps. And you know, these boot camps are great because it's not only about learning the greatest strategy or the best strategy. It's also about like your mindset, and because I truly believe that, you know, if you have a negative mindset, then knowing all these strategies is useless. You need to have a positive mindset, you know, and I truly believe, you know, like your body and your mind connect with each other. So, you know, I take pride in, you know, keeping healthy, working out like crazy, and, you know, like I joined a boot camp too to work out, and, you know, we don't do like light exercises. These are crazy exercises we do. So I understand that boot camps may not be easy, but they are worth it, and you do get results if you apply it. I mean, it's useless learning all this stuff and you don't apply it right away, right? We're always saying knowledge is power. Applied knowledge is power. So this is why, you know, I love the Super Women Bootcamp. We all do these things together, so you don't feel like you're the only one. I mean, if it wasn't for the Super Women Bootcamp, I wouldn't be in this video, because, you know, I had this big fear of doing video, like the biggest fear ever. And yeah, you know, it took me 3 months to do my first video, and, you know, I just saw everybody in the group doing videos, and I said, you know what? I'm no different from them. You know, I don't know why I'm playing the victim here. If these women can do a video, and they're probably just as scared as I am, then I have to do one. You know, I have to just step out of it and just do it, right? And my first video wasn't the greatest. It was actually the crappiest. It took me like 20 takes to do one video, and it was like 2 minutes long, and I'm like, you know, stuttering, I have sweaty palms, you know, I was redoing the video, and I was like thinking, holy crap, like, this is like the longest 2 minutes of my life, what am I going to do? But I did it anyway, right? And it wasn't like the greatest topic in the world. It was just something as simple as like, you know, look at me, I'm in my pajamas working from home, this is what I love. But I did it, and, you know, because of them, they helped me, you know, build my confidence, build my confidence up until, you know, I'm out there, you know, inspiring others to do the same thing. You know, when I take a picture and, you know, write a little story about it, people get inspired, right? I mean, every time I take a picture, every time I post something, there's always a story behind it, because, you know, it shows me where I was back then and where I am now, right? I mean, if I see my first video and I compare it to now, it's a very big difference. I mean, my first video is not out there anymore because YouTube shut me down, but, you know, but these things happen. We're in the world of the internet, so you're going to have to expect these things. You just keep on going, right? But the Super Women, you know, have helped me, you know, overcome so many obstacles, and I'm truly grateful for this group. And, you know, I'm really honored now to be part of the trainers, because a year ago I was just like, man, I wish, or not I wish, like, you know, how can I be like one of these women? You know, they're so great. They're like the greatest leaders I've ever met. I've never met a group of, you know, I'm just so proud to be a part of this group. So, you know, I always thank Layla every day. You know, I think my lucky stars just to be in a support group where we can not only talk about business but everyday life. You know, when I see Layla posting pictures of baby B, it's just like, she's so cute. You know, so yeah, if you are still deciding, just get in. Just get in. Just, you know, join us. I mean, we're here to support you, not just in business, but in life. If you have a problem, we're here to help you. We've gone through all kinds of you know, obstacles, all kinds of adversities, so we understand where you've been. We understand how you feel, and, you know, we're here to support you. So that's my little story.
Awesome. And, you know, now I see that Sheena's out there doing her own hangouts and her own webinar series. And, you know, this is a girl who, like you said, took 3 months to cut your first video. And as we just heard, that process didn't go that well. So you're not alone. If you're afraid of the camera and you're like, oh my gosh, I want to be part of this, I want to do this, but I'm scared, you know, I have fear, that's a good thing. That means that you're doing something that's going to force you to grow. And if you're afraid, that's something that you should see as opportunity.
The bubble that says June 10th and the future is okay, right?
Yeah, there's baby issues going on. Double checking with mommy. You know, and it's interesting because you say, you were talking about all the different things that we've went through, and we've all been through it all, you know. I mean, when it comes to bad boyfriends or bad husbands, or, you know, technology woes, you know, feeling like we hate the way we look on camera. You know, I don't know. there was a point where I just gave up, and I said, I am who I am, and this is it. This is me. I've got tattoos. They're all over my body, you know, and it's not something that I'm going to hide or try and cover up or try and change, because it's real and it's raw, and you know, you're not going to see me with a professional green screen behind me. No, I'm sitting in my office and my light's gone, so I've got this little wonky light, but that's how we roll because it's real. And that's the one thing that I really wanted to get across to everyone that's watching this is like, you know, am I just going to sign up for another thing and then, you know, that's the end of it? No, this is a real community. This is real people. Like, we're in the flesh. We're living, breathing. And our mission is to see you have these same kinds of breakthroughs. You know, fall in love with who you are and why you're here again. You know, it's time. It's time to take ownership of that, because living in comfortable mode is just not going to cut it. Now, I want to go over to one of our in-house moms. And this woman, I saw her go through one of the most challenging things that I think, you know, we can go through as wives, and seeing, you know, relationship problems happen. And I saw the love and the support that the Superwoman just poured into her when she was going through all of this. And, you know, I truly, I was just like, wow, you know, we have created something special here, because most women go through all of that alone. So, Alicia, come on out here and just tell us a little bit about some of the things that you've had to deal with. I know you've been pretty candid with us on, you know, the teleseminar, and I know this is live on YouTube, and, you know, anybody could be watching. But, you know, just talk about the difference that the Superwoman made and going through all of that.
Oh, yes, Layla. When I first met you guys, y'all were like in a juice company or something. And I had already been through boot camps.
Juice company.
And I was pretty much done. Yes. I'll just leave it at that. Back in the day. All right, so I had been gone through boot camps, and I was, when I first saw this boot camp, I was like, oh man, another one, and I was like pulled so many different directions. But this was last year, and I was like, this is a fresh new boot camp. I know I'm doing a couple like at the same time. I think I can balance this one. And I knew one of my partners had just gotten in. I said, I can kind of do a little accountability with you. So I was like, okay, I'm going to go for it. Because at first, I wasn't even going to do this boot camp. I wasn't going to take action at all. And then I found, and then a couple weeks in, I did take more action. And it wasn't until the mirror image, the loving mirror exercise that you had us go through, I said, okay, who am I going to do this loving mirror with? And you said to do it with the people closest to you. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to set myself and do it with my husband and figure out a way, because we had been going through some issues and stuff, and I was trying to figure out a way to, you know, work through them. I've been working through them a lot and figuring things out. And then I said I want to do it with one of my good business partners that we had a pretty good relationship with, and just see how it goes. You know, just throw it out there. And so I did it with my husband, kind of not knowing that he did it, because I had to record it. I just I'll sit in the room and just press record. He might even know I press record because I'm just asking questions. And it just opened my eyes. I just sat there and just going, I mean, I couldn't even respond to what was happening to me right then. And I was just sitting there just in awe, going, oh my goodness.
I think she's frozen. What a cliffhanger.
So
yeah, you're back, and you were just sitting there. You were like, I was sitting there, and I was going, and it was gone.
Leave you on the edge. I know. Internet issues.
What happened?
So, he didn't really realize, I guess, what was happening right then either. But that just opened my eyes to going, I need to make a decision and do something about this. And there's so many more activities and events that triggered that it made him aware of what I needed to do. I made a few mistakes along the way doing that, sharing that and stuff, and going through the process, because I didn't know, and I reached out to all these super women in the process of, was going through what I needed help with, what I needed to do, and it just made the process so much easier, and I would not have been so much sane and healthy, I guess, if I didn't have some super women to lean on through the changes I need to do. So now I'm here, in the middle of Tennessee with so much more support and love, and I'm just praying that I can open my eyes more to my daughter and having aware of what's still going on, because she still doesn't understand everything, so little, and so it's just a process and a transition that we go through, and it's a lot easier to have that supportive women around you, because I have a friend locally, or two friends that I could reach around locally, but online with this big super woman, I could just get on and have, a call support, and everything was right here. And that was just transformational to me when I knew exactly who to reach out to, who to help me throughout the process. And you guys put in action steps to make it forward. Where's your homework assignment? You got to get done, and we're all holding you accountable. Where's your homework assignment? I don't see it, and we're there going and push you and making sure that it's all going to happen. We'll work with you. Life happens, as we went through a major life disaster. I guess I would call it that, but I don't. I mean, you go through things that you don't expect, and you have to make decisions that you have to make decisions on, and you can't hold regrets on what you had to make decisions on. You make it, and you move forward, and you grow through that process. And I have grown tremendously, and I feel like I'm more open with it. I still feel like some people still don't really know my full story of what I've been through, and so I try to make it the best I can. But it seems like it gets much easier when you have more income stories with it. But I think the most transformational is just that. Your life changed. You went through out a situation like Marisol went through some cancer and had some health issues. I know there's several people on my team that has either family going through health issues or they are going through health issues. And when I went through someone else going through a health issue, I understood it a lot better. And still understanding diseases and what they can do to you, and how so many are helpful, understanding, where we'll help you do the research, the best resources you can have out there. I mean, we are internet marketers, so we can tap into the best people in the world. I mean, it's really unlimited, and I'm so excited to be tapped into like the best researchers, I guess, in the world too, because they have connections and people that you don't think is possible. It is possible. Just like when I first watched this like Twitter advertising, like this guy was lost his dog, and he posted on Twitter, I lost my dog, and put a little picture, and then the other kids going around and posting on a tree post, and then I'm gone. Am I gone again? Okay, I think I'm here. The internet's bad. But then they found the dog faster through the people posting up through Twitter than the person putting the little pages on the repost. And that's how cool that the Superwoman is, that we all work together, and it works so much faster, like putting a post up on Twitter, than it does taking that sheet of paper, printing it out, and going post it on that tree stamp. And if we can get people to understand the difference of working together like that as a collective world resource, then we have so much power behind us. It's amazing that it'll go beyond what people even imagine.
Yeah,
Thanks,
man.
Layla.
You know, they say that two heads are better than one, but when you unify like dozens of superwoman heads, it's I almost feel like it's ready to explode. Okay, ladies, I want to be brief because I can hear Daddy struggling with the baby. So I'm going to go over to Keisha. Keisha, tell me something that you feel the Superwoman Bootcamp has helped you rise through or deal with in your life.
Sure, Layla. Thank you for having me on tonight. I am so excited to be a part of this boot camp. Can you ladies hear me?
Ooh, yeah.
One of the most powerful things it has helped me to do is to become more confident with my speaking skills. Before the boot camp started, I did take initiative and start doing a Toastmaster program to help me with that, because I knew that in order to have the success that I wanted in my life, on a personal level and a business level in my businesses, I needed to know how to speak to people and communicate with people, communicate my desires, but not only that, listen to them and hear and understand their desires. So it helped me to communicate better. It helped me to identify who I am as a leader, my strengths, and how I can help others utilize their strengths, and how we could work together with their weaknesses or my weaknesses and their strengths to become a greater team. And that's really important in any area or any business. So that's the most important thing I think helped me, because communication helped me in my personal life with my family, my children, as well as my businesses.
Yeah, I mean, I was trained with an incredible mentor, and he always said that, communication is, when you can get good at communication, you're literally learning how to print money, because that's all a sale is an exchange of an emotion or a feeling, or creating that in someone else and making them react to it. So really powerful, and it is all about confidence. When you really believe why you're here, and you're like, your feet are planted, you are strong and powerful, and no one's naysaying attitude or negativity, or you're doing one of those things, none of that is ever going to sway you. You feel that strength. I feel it in my knees when they lock in. You just feel locked and loaded. When you have that power, you can stand in front of a room of 10,000 people. You can jump on a hangout. You can jump on a phone call. You can coach other people. That is exactly what we're doing here. Is we're cultivating leaders. We're showing you what it truly takes to become a mentor to other people, and what it takes is you being committed yourself. There is no way that you can go out there and coach and mentor people if you are not willing to do what it takes to make it on the other side of this boot camp. I am telling you right now, we will weed out the weak and the inconsistent and the procrastinators, because that's not who's meant to be leading. And we are going to find you if you're ready. I feel it. I feel it coming in. I feel the power. So I want to. I kind of want to end the call the same, or the hang it the same way that I did today. The call, because I think that Cheryl has had such a crazy story. Such a big change in her life that she's taken action on, and a lot of us wouldn't do that. We would get in comfortable mode or salary mode, or get used to the paycheck to paycheck sort of lifestyle, when taking a risk is really difficult. And so you might be looking at it like right now, well, I have to take a risk. You're risking the weed whacker. I can understand you love the weed whacker, but just put it out there. Give me your weed whacker, and we'll talk about that later, whether you think it was a worthy investment. But I know to some people it's a big decision, and every decision is a big decision. I feel ya. This is that life-changing moment that you're going to look back on a year from now, and you're going to be like, man, I remember when I was sitting at home, I was watching those crazy Superwomen, and I was like, I just said, F it, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I'm doing the boot camp. I'm going to do it with them. I'm going to put the weed whacker on the line. I am going to go all in. I am going to go hard. I am going to do all the assignments. I am going to be accountable. I am going to make a change. I know that you're going to look back and you're going to remember this night. You're going to remember this hangout. You're going to remember this conversation that you had with these women. And this is the decision. So I'm going to leave you with Cheryl. Cheryl, for the women that are watching, the women that are at home, that are wondering if they should get started, if they should do the boot camp or not, why should they make this decision?
Women who are watching this and wondering if you should make the decision to give over your weed whacker and join us in the boot camp, you should just freaking do it. There have been so many transformations for me in my life because of the Super Women group, because of the support that I get. I think the biggest transformation for me was moving from this little low energy mindset of, gosh, I wish I could be a cool superwoman like these ladies here. You know, gosh, I wish I could do that. Why can't I do that? I turned that around with, I think it was one post that you did, Layla. It was, take that, why can't I do this, to how can I do this? How can I do this? I took that, and I am here today. And I'm so excited because I wasn't part of the first 2 boot camps. And here I am, a trainer in this 3rd boot camp that's just going to be off the chain. And I'm going to be teaching all about having the courage that I have had to summon within myself to make some serious life-altering choices. And how to even get your spouse or partner bought in with your choices and supportive of those choices. So I'm just so excited with, you know, that turnaround of why can't I to how can I? Ask yourself, how can I be part of this boot camp? How can I be part of the transformation that's going to happen in me during these 4 weeks of this boot camp? Ask yourself that tonight.
I love it. 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 Okay. Awesome. Amazing, ladies. Okay, so wherever you're watching this video, on a blog post or maybe on Facebook or whatever it is, whoever posted it, I want you to inbox them right now. Go to your little doodad up here and inbox them and say, hey, I'm ready to do the boot camp. I'll give you my weed whacker. You got it. It's yours. Sign me up. This 4 weeks is going to be seriously amazing. I want to show you guys just a quick little, before we go, just a quick little sneak preview of some of this stuff. Okay, so seriously, it's bananas. This is bananas. Can you see my screen? Can you see my screen?
I can see it.
Yes, I can see your screen.
Yep.
Okay. Just checking. Okay, so it's going to be a 4-week intensive. Crazy 4 weeks. You're going to be surrounded with, honestly, the most amazing women. We can't say it enough. You know, you think we're just like blowing smoke up your butt, but we're not. We're not. All walks of life, all age groups, all, you know, social backgrounds, all sexual preferences. You know, it's just it is a family. They're all empowering, inspirational women who got your back. You know, that's the best feeling in the world, is when you have people that have your back. You're going to have an accountability group full of passionate and diverse women. That's what I love about this group, is, you know, I pull from everyone. You know, we've got Katie out here, mom of 6. She's flying right now, so she couldn't be on the hangout. But, you know, she's going to be sharing some knowledge on the legacy that we leave our children, and really implanting in your brain the power of using, like Marisol said, using the power of what we will do for others and the people that we truly love to motivate us, empower us. Just awesome, amazing, diverse women that will keep you in it. Why is that in red? Because most things we start, we do not finish. Most things we take on, we never make it to the finish line. We never cross. We give up long before. So we are here to keep you in it from week to week, to keep your head in the game, to keep you committed to this boot camp. You are going to get an insider look at an online community that's rarely used but crazy ridiculous, and it's totally made for women. Totally made for women. This is just one of the sessions in our social media section of the boot camp. It's going to be amazing, and you're going to get the 2 live Q&As. So this is really important. This is where we want to take it to the next level. We want to personally help you throughout the 4 weeks so that you can reach out to us, so that you can ask us questions, so that you can come out live, so that you can, get through the roadblocks that are holding you back, because we want to see every single one of you cross that finish line. And then, as I said, a cookie cutter blueprint. Even if you're a rookie, even if you are brand new on the internet, we're going to show you some key things that you got to get in place so that you can start branding yourself like an expert. And I'm going to show you a $10 trick that is going to blow your freaking mind. And that is all coming up in week 3. So make sure that you don't miss week 3. And the last thing up there, a Superwoman cape. Now, it would be really cool if we could send you guys all Superwoman capes. Just as part of the boot camp, but we're not going to do that. So it's not a literal Superwoman cape, but honestly, we could talk about something like that. We could talk about doing it. But honestly, you're going to be walking away from this boot camp feeling confident, feeling powerful, feeling like you're put here for a reason, and you have not been fulfilling that reason. I'm going to be straight with you. Ask yourself, was I meant for more? How can I make a bigger impact? How can I leave a bigger legacy for my children? How can I be proud of myself? How can I learn to love myself? All these questions, they need to be answered. They need to be addressed. And once you have those answers, you become powerful. You become superhuman, and you become, a serious superwoman. So when you leave the other side, when you cross that finish line, you will be wearing your imaginary Superwoman cape. We're going to do lots of incredibly powerful hypnotic sessions, so we can do some anchoring and give you some tools that are going to help you in every aspect of your life. So that was just a quick little preview of some of the stuff that we have going on. Oh, for less than a weed whacker. So if you are, let me just finish this out for you guys. If you're new, all you have to do, join the inner circle. You have to be part of our inner circle. The information that we're going to be sharing is so ninja. This is our goods. This is our stuff. We're showing you what we do. We're showing you what works. So we don't just share that with anybody. You have to be inside of our inner circle. And, with the secrets that we're going to be sharing, it's a strict condition to attend the boot camp. There is no ifs, ands, or buts. If you're not in the inner circle, you're not coming. And if you're already inside the inner circle, if you're like, well, I am already in the inner circle, then you got to show your commitment to growth. All you have to do is upgrade to the next product level. So whatever product level you're at, whether it's Costa Rica, 15K, Masters, the Viral Blogging Academy, the Internet Traffic Formula, whatever product level you're at, I want to see you take the next step. I want to see you move further. I want to see you say, hey, I'm making a decision that my business is going forward. My life is going forward. And all of this has to happen within the month of July. So if you have upgraded within the month of July, you show us your proof and post your screenshot in the comment on the thread below this video, which you're going to find in our Facebook group. So first step number 1, let me go back to my beautiful face. Step number 1, plug into the Facebook group, because that is your lifeline into the pulse of what's going on with the boot camp, what's going on with registration. We're kicking off in 7 days. 7 days. I am so excited. I'm looking at what we have to cover, just putting together the structure for everything, and we're gonna blow their minds. we are going to blow your minds. So you have 7 days to figure it out. Actually, you have 6 because the deadline is Wednesday night. Wednesday night, you need to have your proof of update or your proof of the Inner Circle membership so that you can be part of this boot camp. And then the next 4 weeks, you belong to us. And you can strap your boots on and get ready to run because it's going to be a crazy ride. So thanks, ladies, so much for jumping out here. Make sure that you send this video out. If you're watching the replay, then you know what to do. Get plugged in, plug into the Facebook group, and get on the inside. Give me your weed whacker. It's go time. See you, ladies. Thanks so much for jumping on here. Woo-hoo.
Bye. Bye.